Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be telling you, I'm going to be teaching you one of the most important lessons of your life. You're sitting there, you're thinking, doubt him. Please, go for it. Doubt me then, go for it. Swipe off. Don't watch this video. Don't watch this video. Go watch go watch a TikTok dance or something. Some of you will have a heart attack. Those of you that have stayed are going to have a heart attack thinking about that you was even close to leaving. You was even close. The kind of information I'm going to give you in this video is life-changing. It's not just changing your lives. This kind of information changes countries, changes the world, right? Now, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to maintain value and increase it, because this isn't just a basic video. This isn't just basic channel. This isn't just a basic YouTube channel. This ain't just no basic Rumble channel. This is my channel. The amount of advanced level stuff that I teach you guys is too much. It's too much, right? So those of you sitting there thinking, well, why is that important? Because everything in this world has value. Most things depreciate. That's the problem with most people's lives, most people's companies, and most countries. That's what inflation is. That's what inflation is. Inflation is the depreciation of money, the value of money. Money just decreasing in value. So there has to just be more and more and more, apparently. In this video, the stuff that I'm going to teach you will solve inflation. I have solved inflation. Think about that. I'm not changing people's lives. I'm changing people's countries. I'm solving world issues. I've already cured depression, addiction, LGKSI or the LGBT, lust. What am I adding? I forgot. I've cured so much stuff. I've got inflation now. Imagine now you understand why when my friend said to me, "Yo, bro, you should do food reviews." That was the most disrespectful thing I've ever heard. Low-key, I should have stabbed him for that. Low-key, niggas get stabbed for less. What the fuck? What kind of homosexual do I look like to be doing food reviews? That's disrespectful. I think that's truly disrespectful. You wouldn't sit there and go to Putin, Vladimir Putin, and say to him, you should do food reviews. Vladimir Putin, in the middle of a war right now. Imagine being in that press conference saying, "Oh, why don't you should do food reviews?" If you said that to Putin, Putin would have one look as KGB right-hand man, and his KGB right-hand man doesn't even need any words. He will shoot you in the face. Disrespect him. This is a disrespect to me, trying to tell me to do food reviews. How disrespectful that is that. Anyways, let's swiftly move on. Back to the video. Now, value. Problem with everything is all the value in the world. Where the fuck is my pen? Conveniently placed next to this Red Bull, huh? The problem with value is it depreciates all the time. So that's the problem companies are suffering right now. Their products are decreasing in value. Now, a lot of the things that companies do are basic. So one of the most basic ways to increase the value is to increase the price. Now, that works sometimes, but it's not that effective. Do you understand? It's kind of effective, but it's not that effective, especially if your supply is too vast, if there's just too much supply. If you have been prolific in production, then you fucked yourself over. One of the best ways to increase value is to control the supply and demand. Now, that is the first lesson that I'm going to teach you. The fuck is wrong with this? Value. Oh my days, my handwriting, I still got it. Look at that. Look at that. Value is linked to scarcity. If you understand this, congratulations. You are smart. There are so many people in this world that still don't know this. Value equals scarcity. Now, there is, this is the, let's just say, intermediate level, decent level. The next thing I'm going to teach you is the advanced level. This is smart. This is genius. The next thing I'm going to teach you, I'm going to be bringing you along into genius territory. You understand a day in my life of being a genius. I will. But first, let's get into this because, like I said, there are so many people that still don't understand how value is linked to scarcity. If you do, well done, clap on the back. You can skip this part of the video or you can watch it, who cares? Value is equals scarcity. One of the best things you companies can do is control the supply, control how much you make. That way, the value will just maintain and it will increase. Ferrari, for example, one of my favorite, when I say brands, I don't know. They're one of the best to do that's this basically. They're one of the best to do this equation. Now I was actually gonna say is one of my favorite cars is the SP3 Daytona. Now, go search it up. Most of you don't actually know what that car is. The SP3 Daytona is a hypercar that Ferrari have made. It costed maybe like 1.5, 1.6, I don't remember. Also, you could check their LaFerrari, they've done the exact same thing. LaFerrari as well is a hypercar that costed like 1.5 as well. How did they manage to increase their value? Simple. The value of their cars has increased from 1.5 to now in 2026. I'm pretty sure not only the SP3 Daytona, but the LaFerrari is going around for £5 million resale value. Do you understand how much of an increase that is? Most companies, their products are losing value. They have to keep, in order to sell more stuff, they have to keep doing discounts because their products are losing value. Now, using this, Ferrari have, to increase the value, they've increased the scarcity. Obviously, one of the easiest ways to increase scarcity is exclusivity, which Ferrari have done. A car costing £1.5 million, most people won't be able to buy. So already it's exclusive. And now even through that exclusivity, they have limited production. So even if you can afford it, doesn't mean you get a Ferrari. There's still very small amount of LaFerraris and SP3 Daytonas. So even to be able to buy it, it's still, they've made it even more scarce. Do you understand? You have to get an allocation if you're even eligible and stuff. So now they've controlled the supply as well and made it as scarce as possible. So now, the worst thing they could do tomorrow, I'm telling you, tomorrow, if Ferrari, the quickest way for Ferrari to go bankrupt tomorrow is to mass produce their cars. If the CEO went into Ferrari tomorrow and said, you know what, we're gonna make even just 100 more LaFerraris or 100 more SP3 Daytonas, watch how their prices will tank. If they did 1,000 more LaFerraris or 1,000 more SP3 Daytonas or 10,000 more, the company, those cars will absolutely tank like crazy. They'll go from 5 mil to maybe 100k. You would be able to buy a LaFerrari for 100k. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? If they started mass producing LaFerraris, it will fuck up the market. How did they do that? By decreasing their scarcity. Once they decrease their scarcity, they decrease the value. Simple. Now you understand what I'm trying to say. Now the problem, you're still thinking, okay, how is this solving inflation? The problem with inflation is you can't control the supply. You can't make it less scarce. You can't make it more scarce. You can't, I mean, the UK government can, to be fair. Can they do that? It's not really legal. I mean, they lock people in their houses for 2 years. You know, once you could do that, you could literally get away with anything. So the first thing if you really wanted to, UK government, the most effective thing you could do is just control the supply. Take back all that money that you've printed into the economy. So, you know, just say to everybody, yep, we're taking 10 grand off every single person in the UK. Every single person. I don't know how that will work, but you, like I said, you could, if you lock people in their houses for 2 years, you could look, you get away with anything, right? That's number one. But there is a more effective way. There is a more advanced way. The problem with inflation is the fact that everybody has money. So how do you increase value when you can't increase the scarcity? How do you make something more valuable when everybody's got it? Now, I'm going to teach you now. Value is linked. My handwriting is getting worse. Value is linked to obscurity. This is the more advanced level, more advanced equation. This is smart, this is genius. Once you understand this, you could go places in life. Obscurity. If you want the value of the British pound sterling to increase, you're going to have to increase the obscurity. How? I would sit here and tell you, but it will improve this country so much that it will be a crime not to get paid. I refuse to reveal those kind of plans for free. If you want me to do some freelance work for you guys and bring the pound sterling back to how it was, or even more valuable than it used to be, then you have to pay me. And my price for this is £10 million. 10 million, 8-figure check. Now, this is a small price to pay on how much money you'd start making, how well the country would be thriving, how much money the country would be making again. Now that the pound sterling is actually on the up, how much people would invest in the country, you would make so much money. And listen, I'm not a fucking fool, so don't sit there, try give me £10 million and then at the end of the year say, oh, we want half of that back. What the fuck are you doing? Did I not tell you I'm the smartest man in the world? What kind of stupidity is this? Tax-free. You're going to give it to me tax-free. Actually, you give it to me out of the tax money. I'm sure all that tax money that you're getting from everybody every year, I'm sure the people in this country wouldn't mind 10 million of that going towards me to save and return the pound sterling. I mean, you're spending way more of that in foreign wars that don't even concern the country. So 10 million, that's what I'll be doing. Anyways, value obscurity. The more hidden something is, the more valuable it is. Now, if you guys watch my Cure to Depression video, that's where I learned this rule. Because guess who does it the best? God. God, that's where I learned it from God. Everybody understands your body is priceless. There is no amount of money in this world that you would lose your body for, that you would live like Stephen Hawking. I mean, have that kind of disease. Nobody will sit there and say, yeah, you pay me £1 million, I'll live life like that, or £1 billion or whatever. And even as priceless as body is, the mind is more valuable. So the mind, and even more valuable than the mind is the soul. And the mind, if you sat there, nobody is taking any kind of money to lose their brain. Nobody's going to sit there. Yeah, you get, if God said to you, yeah, listen, I'll give you £1 billion tomorrow, but tomorrow you're going to be in a coma for the rest of your life, or you're going to have you're going to be brain dead. Nobody's going to take that. Do you understand my point? So even the mind is more valuable, and even the soul is even more valuable. And I told you this in that video. It is quite ironic, kind of a pattern going on, that the more valuable something is, the more hidden it is. That's how God has done it. Because everybody's got a brain, everybody's got a mind, and everybody's got a soul. But how do you make one more valuable than the other? Well, you hide it more than the other one. So it is more hidden, basically. The more valuable it is, the more obscurity it is. People's bodies aren't that hidden. Everyone can see everyone's bodies, that outliers or whatever. It's hidden in clothes, but clothes aren't. It's not that hard to unclothe people, especially in this day where we're living in probably the most promiscuous generation ever. It's not that hard. I mean, You can nowadays just buy a bitch a burger and she'll get unclothed, she'll get undressed. So, in this day and age, it's not that hard. But to see somebody's body, all you have to do is unclothe them. To see somebody's brain, it is much harder. Now, today in Western society and modern day technology, yes, of course, you can see pictures of people's brains. But before 30 years ago, 40 years ago, people for thousands of years walked around and didn't see people's brains. Do you understand my point? Unless you dissected somebody, which most people didn't do. So in order to see someone's brain, you have to dissect them as well. Unclothe them, then dissect them. So that is the brain. And then even more valuable than that is the soul, which is even more hidden. Even if you unclothe somebody and you dissect them and you do whatever, you still won't be able to see the soul because it is the most valuable. Value and obscurity is linked. This is how the most advanced, this is the more advanced version of this, okay? Do you understand? Now that I've fucking explained it, I'm gonna send a message to women. I was gonna do men, I'll do both. Women, listen, women, if you're smart, which most of you ain't, you'd understand if you want to be valuable, you increase your scarcity. It's that simple. Some of you women think because you're actually half decent, half pretty, you're actually beautiful, that you think you still can't be worthless. Beauty contributes to value. It's not the whole thing. Beauty contributes to the value. You know why? Because beauty is scarce. So God has given you some beauty, which increases your value because it's scarce. But even though God has given you beauty, what you're doing is you're going back in the formula and you're decreasing your scarcity by letting 10 guys put their thing inside of you, sleeping with 100 guys, and you sit there and you think, oh, I'm still valuable. You're not. You might still be pretty or gorgeous or whatever, but you're worthless. Kind of like how money works. Like the inflation I just told you. There is an American millionaire and a UK millionaire. £1 million in America, £1 million in the UK. Let's just say you're a millionaire in both. Both people are millionaires. Two separate people are millionaires. The person that's a millionaire in the UK, when the pound sterling, the value of the pound sterling tanks, are they still, how valuable are they? They're still a millionaire, they still got £1 million, but what is that million worth? Do you understand my point? It's worth now 20,000 American dollars, so they'll go over to America and they're not a millionaire anymore. Do you understand my point? You can still be a millionaire and be worthless. It's the same thing with beauty. You can still be beautiful and be worthless. Do you understand? You can sit there and be a whore that's beautiful, but you're worthless because you slept with too many guys. Your scarcity's gone completely down the drain. And women know this intrinsically, and men know this intrinsically. Any women, there is no beautiful woman that's had 50 bodies, 100 bodies, 15 bodies, 10 bodies that is more valuable than the same beautiful woman. I mean, a beautiful woman that's of the same caliber, that has been untouched, that's a virgin, untouched. Simple. So, like I said, most of you women ain't even smart. Most of you women are hoes, and you haven't even got the smart bit. This is the smart equation. This is the genius equation. Right? So, those of you women that are smart enough to understand that if I want my value to increase, I'm gonna decrease scarcity. Nobody's gonna touch me, whatever. That's first. Secondly, obscurity. Cover yourself up. This is the most amazing thing about Islam, because I figured all of this out and then I realized, oh shit, is that why Islam tells women to cover up? Purely because Islam is telling you to increase your obscurity and increase your value. Now, what you women won't understand is that the less obscure you are, the less your value is. If you are beautiful, yes, well done, but the more you are being seen, the less your value goes down, because people get used to seeing stuff, that they become desensitized. You're not that valuable. Yes, you might still be pretty, but you'll never be as gorgeous as you was the first time people seen you. And your value won't stay the same or increase. It will just go down. So if people, let's just say, for example, if you wanna, even you could just take people's bodies, like women's bodies nowadays, because women's bodies is a pure example of how they've decreased the obscurity. They've just showing chest and back everywhere. So it's now decreased in value. Anything that's valuable, you sit there and whoa. Do you understand? If you've seen diamonds or a Bugatti or something that's valuable, so let's just say a car that's worth £5 million, you'd see, whoa. Sit there and understand my point? Who does that for women's bodies nowadays? Those of you that are like 21 plus, remember those times before social media that women used to dress more modestly as well. But let's just say you'd seen one promiscuous woman, right, that dressed with very tight dress, and you'd see the woman's figure, and you'd see it, and you'd be like, whoa, because you'd be like, whoa, it'll turn you on. Let's call a spade a spade. A woman's chest back then will tell you on. Nowadays, women's chest, you just see chest and back everywhere. There's not even. They've ruined it. They've completely ruined it. Nowadays, nobody's walking past a half-naked woman and thinking, whoa. It's literally just everywhere. Everyone's just walking. You just see a half-naked woman, cool. It's not even valuable anymore. There's nothing to it. Do you understand my point? So that's how one way most women have just decreased their value immensely. They call it liberating, but you're a whore now. And the more you cover up, the better you are. Trust me, it is that better. Now, let's just say, for example, you dudes, there's a message to you dudes. If you are going to sit there, some of you dudes, I know you're going to sit there and say, oh, my wife's beautiful, I want to show the world and stuff. You showing your wife's beauty all the time is going to decrease her value. It really is. You women that are walking around showing your bodies constantly, you are depreciating your value. What you're doing when you're going out there showing your bodies and your face and stuff is you're basically doing what you're basically doing what the government does to the money when they're mass producing it. They depreciate in the value of the pound sterling. It's the same with if Ferrari started mass producing LaFerraris. They will depreciate their value. It's the same thing with you women. The more you are seen, the less your value becomes. People get used to it, desensitized, whatever. So you men that are cocks and that, I mean, you guys are watching porn anyway, so you are cocks anyways. But I'm talking about the men that sit there say, oh, I want the whole world to see how beautiful my wife is, and nah. Your wife is not going to be that beautiful after a while. People are just going to get used to it. Yeah, she's gorgeous, but she's not even that gorgeous anymore. We're all used to it. We've seen it. But my wife, that's as gorgeous as yours, that's been hidden. Let's just say your wife's a 10 out of 10. Mine is a 10 out of 10. Yours is all over social media. People can see it, whatever. Cool. After a while, people are going to get used to it, and they're not going to be that. She's still pretty, absolutely, but it's not like, whoa. Right? My wife hasn't been seen. She covers up everything. 10, 15, 20 years. Within them 20 years, she's been spotted once in like a shop with me. And the people seeing my wife, and they'll be like, whoa. I can look at, whoa. She is gorgeous. Whoa. That's the difference. If your girl could be in there as well, your 10 out of 10 could be in there, my 10 out of 10 could be in there. But because my 10 out of 10 has never been seen before, it is fucking a different level. People walk out, remember seeing my wife, not seeing your wife. Even so much that I want to see something. We're going to do some research right now, because I just remember diamonds are important. Diamonds, this is a bit of me when I'm in my thoughts. Like I said, I just think, is this thing correlate to what I say? Diamonds are scarce. That's one of the main reasons why they're so valuable. Diamonds, what would you like to do? Diamonds, is diamonds hidden? Is diamonds hidden? I know that they're hidden inside the earth, but how easy is it to get diamonds? I don't know. Do they mine them? I don't know how they get diamonds. I'll be honest with you. Is diamonds hidden? How hidden? Let me actually change the question. How hidden is diamonds? ChatGPT, a man's best friend. How hidden is diamonds in the earth? Because if we use this logic, they should be kind of more obscure. They shouldn't be able to. You shouldn't be able to grab them like. Diamonds are very. Oh, I'm fucking genius, man. Wallahi, oh my days, man. I'm just gonna fucking. I'm gonna have to. What should I do? Diamonds are very deeply hidden in the earth, far beyond anything humans can reach directly. How deep are diamonds? Diamonds form about 140 to 200 kilometers. That's 90 to 125 miles below the Earth's surface. That is insane. Because I know it's like 100 miles, 110, something like that to Coventry to like Birmingham. So from London to Birmingham, that's insane. And that's a 2-hour drive going 70 miles an hour. That's actually insane. Because imagine you do that from here, from the top, and you go down 70 miles an hour for 2 hours. So that's what you're saying diamonds are. How did it get close to the surface then? Here it goes. Diamonds reach us only because of rare volcanic events, which sounds like God to me. Explosive eruptions called kimberlite or lamproite eruptions. These eruptions act like express elevators, blasting diamonds upwards. The magma cools into vertical structures called kimberlite pipes, whatever. Without these eruptions, diamonds would remain permanently hidden. So basically, they're trying to say God is bringing these diamonds up. Without God, they really wouldn't. You really wouldn't be able to get any of these diamonds. How rare are the diamonds? Extremely rare. Most diamonds mined come from a small number of locations. Scarce. Are diamonds spread everywhere on the ground? Okay, so basically, most diamonds wouldn't ever even come to the Earth's surface. God is bringing a small amount of diamonds. God is keeping it scarce and obscure. Diamonds will never lose value because of that, because God is actually protecting its scarcity and its obscurity. But scarcity is exactly what I'm talking about. It being scarce, most diamonds won't ever even come. It's hard to get your hands on diamonds. That's why they're so valuable. And they're even more valuable because you can't even see them. They are so hidden. They are 200 miles into the Earth's surface. 100 miles into the Earth's surface. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I was fucking genius, man. I'm going to end this video here because some of you most of you should have profited from this video. I hope most of you use the first equation to increase value. You could do this for anything, for your business, companies, business. You can use that as well. That's the more advanced version. Even if you want to get women, it's the same thing. Women's scarcity. Women want your attention. So keep your attention scarce and they will think your attention is valuable, so they would want you. Simple as that. You can use the same equation here. Anyways, thank you for watching. I've given you guys too much value. I can't keep going on. You guys, I can't keep going on. Do you understand my point?